Hi! So today I'm going to show you how to do the Cheetah HAC. It's one of the easiest ways to start using your makeup. And this is my compact. So when you get your color match, when you get your box in the mail, these are your colors. You got a contour color, a brightening highlight, a main highlight, and a lip and cheek color. I also have a color corrector. Some of you may have that. And I always have the Demi Balm, and I use this first. I'm going to go in. This is just, I have really crepey under eyes. So this is a really hydrating balm. So I just put a tiny bit of that underneath my eyes before I start. Just let that soak in. I get really crepey in this area. So a little bit of Demi Balm really helps keep that area nice and hydrated. Okay, so first I'm going to start with the way you put your colors in the tin doesn't really matter. I usually start with the colors that I'm going to use first. So I start with my contour, then I do my brightener, then I do my main, my lip and cheek, and then these two are just randomly put in there. This is my color corrector. This is for my redness, for my rosacea. You may have a color corrector for underneath your eyes, and I will show you today how to use these as well. If you have a perfector, pause the video, go get this wet and wring it out. Mine is just damp. Till it gets double in size, and then you wring it out, and then you take a microfiber towel or a paper towel and wring it out till there's no more water that comes out of it. You just want it slightly damp, ladies. Okay, I'm going to tie my hair back and we'll start. So first off, I'm going to take a small brush. Now I use the wash brush for my color corrector for my redness on my cheeks. You may have Aspen as well. Aspen is another color corrector. I'm using June today for redness. So I'm taking my wash brush. If you have the smudge brush, you can also use that. If you have your 3D brush, you can also use the little end of your 3D brush. But I like to put my color corrector on my rosacea with a brush. So I'm going to use the end of my wash brush today. I'm just going to slightly tap in and just give a light wash over that redness. So this really helps keep that redness at bay. There's a lot of green in June, so if you have Aspen, you could do the same with that. Some ladies like to use the buff brush to put on their color corrector. I like to use a light touch. So you see that has really helped neutralize this area. So this is what I do first before I start my Cheetah HAC. If you have a color corrector for under your eyes, if you have Mango, if you have Frenchie, take your ring finger, because that's the one that's the lightest, lightly tap in and put that only where you need it underneath your eye. Put it on, put the other one on, let that warm up, and then use your finger and lightly tap anything out. Once the cream warms up to your skin, it's really, really blendable. Then take your damp perfector and go over that as well. And it will pick up any extra and smooth out any harsh lines, because you don't want that settling into your fine lines and wrinkles. And now we're ready to start. I'm going to put some of that balm on my lips as well. And we're going to do the Cheetah HAC today. It's so quick and easy. You just apply it with your fingers, ladies. And it's a great beginner application. So I like to start with my contour. I'm just going to tap in with my finger, and we're going to do, now where are your cheekbones? Feel for your fingers underneath that bone. You can feel it right there. That's the bottom of my cheekbone. I'm going to come up above and place dots to about the corner of my eye. Start at the back of your ear and come forward. You don't want to start at the front, because then you get all that pigment on there. Now my cheekbone is right there, top of my ear, and come down. It needs more on that one. To the corner of my eye. You want it on the cheekbone, not below. Below will just keep more of a hollow. You want more of a lifted and sculpted effect. Also going to take that same contour, put that up here so it's easier. Take the contour and right up in your hairline, just little dots. The Cheetah HAC is like you're going to look like a cheetah. Just little dots everywhere, ladies. And it does look scary, and you're thinking, oh no, that's not going to blend out, but it does blend out, especially when it warms up in your skin. It's like the perfect application. I come down just a little bit to I don't come right down, come probably just before my end of my eyebrows. If you have a fuller face, you can come right down and connect it right here, and that will thin out this area. But if you're more mature and you have more of a hollowed, because as we get older, we lose volume in this area, don't come down here, because then you're going to just get more hollow, more skeletal. But if you have fuller face, come down and match up. Now, underneath the jawline for your contour. Just a little bit, ladies, just to accentuate that natural shadow. And if you don't have a natural shadow, just put it where that would be and then just blend it down. So we're going to blend everything later. So I'm going to let that sit on my skin and it's going to warm up. I'm going to put a little bit more on my cheek. I like a stronger contour. Starting out, start with less and then you can build it up after. Okay, contour is done. Wipe my finger off. I always have a little towel nearby or tissue. Now, let's go into our brightening highlight. So our brightening highlight goes in the center of our face. It's just going to bring brightness. So if you have your color corrector, it will go above your color corrector on top of it. And I like to come down a little bit, like a little triangle, probably to my pupil and down. You don't want a lot of product in this area. Very, very little. Most times when I do this, you can't even see that I have anything on there because I put very little product in this area. So I'll make it darker so you can see, like a little V here. I'm going to come down your nose, a little bit on your cupid's bow, and a little bit on your chin. Also going to go on the corner of our eye. Just a little bit. If you have eyeshadow, if you're wearing eyeshadow, this will really help clean up that edge of the eye shadow well. It gives a little eye lift. So there, that is our brightening highlight. The center of our eyes, in our T-zone, think of it as your T-zone. Down the middle of your face, corner of your eye, outer corner of your eye. That's it for brightener. Now, everywhere else, that's where our main highlight will go. So it's all applied in one layer. We're going above and below your contour. So dip in and put that on there. I'm doing more strokes than dots, but if you want it to dot it as well, you can dot it. But I'm doing little strokes. A little bit on my redness. Now where I did my June, I'm just going to dot that. Just a little bit. You don't need much, ladies. A little bit on my upper lip. A little bit on my forehead. And that's everywhere. So it's your main highlight goes below your contour, above your contour, not under your eyes, a little bit on your forehead, and that's it. I'm going to do a little bit on the side of my nose, actually. I always have a little bit of redness here. Just a little bit. I mean, you can put that down. I have a lot of purplish in that area as well. So, a little bit on tip. So those are all my colors. I'm going to do my blush last. So now we're going to take our 3D brush. This is the brush that I recommended in your color match. Just clean that off really quickly. I'm going to start with the stubby end. I'm going to start with the lighter colors first. I'm going to start with my brightener. And we're just going to press this into our skin. Take the time to really blend it in. If you're watching ladies online, you see them apply this thick layer of makeup and they're like, and they're done. In reality, their face looks like they're wearing makeup. So you want to really blend that in, ladies. And you just want to press it into your skin. We're not swiping it, we're pressing. Mature skin, always press. If you have more youthful skin, if you're in your 30s or 40s, and you don't have a lot of texture, you can swipe it. But for mature skin, we are just stippling and dabbing and pressing that into our skin. And I take a lot of time when I do my blending because I want it to look natural and I want it to look skin-like. Press, press, press. I'm just doing above and below my contour. My contour I will do last. Pressing that in. I will swipe a little bit on my nose because I want to get that really in there. If you have large pores, this is great for that because you can really work those products into the large pores. And I need a Kleenex. And really press that in. And press, press, press. And it's really important to press gently around your eyes. You're not swiping in this area. Fine lines and wrinkles, extra care in those areas. Now let's do our forehead. Just pressing in the product. Press, 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 ladies. Now I'm going to turn it around to the stubby end of my brush. And I am going to lightly swipe here. Very, very lightly, just to get that product in there. And any residual, I will come underneath my eye. So that's why I didn't put any in there, because there is residual product on here. And same with the other side. Pressing into that corner. I always have darkness up there in that corner. And I'm just going to press, lightly press and swipe, and then just stipple that into that area as well. And we will come back with our perfector at the end. Bring that up. And there. So our face is done. Now we're going to go into our contour. So on the chin, see my contour, I'm going to blend that down. And this is going to create that beautiful natural shadow. I always like to take whatever I have left in my brush. I have a little white spot there. So I like to blend a little bit into that. Next, we're going to go up into our hairline. You want to blend that back. Just lightly blend it in. You don't want to lose the shadow. The shadow is what the contour is all about, ladies. Creating shape and dimension. If you have a larger forehead, you can come down further. If you have a really short forehead, you may not need contour at all. Try it, see what you think, and go from there. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit more. I blended too much myself. Take my compact. I love that everything is right there. And just lightly blend that in. Just a little bit there, just to create a nice little shadow. That's much better. Much better. Blend that down into my mane. Okay, so contour on our things. I'm going to do it last. I'm going to do my blush now. Same, apply with your finger. Now I'm using nude today. Nude is very creamy, very pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way. I'm going to put that directly above where my contour is. I only come out to the end of the contour. I'm not coming out to my cheeks. If you have a really thin face, you can come out a little bit on the balls of your cheek with the extra residual that I'm doing. And if you have a fuller face, you can go up a little bit higher and pull it up higher, and that will really thin your face as well. So let's take our 3D brush, the stubby end, we're going to flick up. And as we're flicking up, we're also going to go down and flick up your contour. And that will blend the two together, marry the two colors, create this beautiful, seamless sculpt blush. Look how beautiful that is. Blend up, start with your blush, flick up. Always up, ladies, on the cheek. We're creating the illusion of lift. Now go down to your contour and lightly. You don't want to buff it out so that that shadow disappears. Nude is a beautiful everyday shade. Gorgeous, love it. Now a little bit on our lips. I'm actually going to take my line brush. If you'd like to line your lips, you can use your contour color. So I'm going to use my, let's see, I gotta find my line brush. No. There it is. So I'm going to use my line brush. My multitasker brush actually has got a flat end and a stubby end. I'm going to go into my contour color, and I'm just going to create a little shadow on the bottom. Just to emphasize and make them a little bit fuller. See that? So pretty. And it's not dark, because when you use a flat end, you get more of a less concentrated color. The tip really, really puts a lot of color on there. So if you want less, so I'm just defining my lips because my lips are really thin. And I have a lot of lip lines. So I find when I line my lips, just keeps everything from bleeding out. So there. I love that you can line your lips with your contour. I'm going to take my same line brush. Actually, I'll use my finger because we're doing the Cheetah HAC today, but you can also put your lipstick on with your... And this is my nude lip and cheek. Beautiful. I love this color. Love, love, love. Okay, ladies, that's my full face. So next, let's go into our perfector. So your perfector is damp. I'm going to press. Make sure it's not wet. If it's soaking wet, you're going to take off your makeup. You just want it damp to the touch. Really press that in, especially in areas where you have texture. It will pick up any extra product and blend out any harsh lines. Lightly on our cheeks and a little lightly underneath the eyes just to pick up any extra product because that's where we have the most texture. A little bit on the side of our nose and done. Now if you have setting spray, I'll show you how to use that. I put mine in a little by Miss bottle, but you could, if you have yours, just spray it on your perfector, tap off any extra and lightly. If you have dry or oily skin, this both works great. It does leave a bit of a dewy finish. So if you're oily, you may want to go back in with a little bit of the translucent powder in any areas that you don't like that dewy finish. Okay, ladies. This is our full face done. There you go. The Cheetah HAC. Quick, easy, a great way to start using the makeup. You get to feel the texture, the consistency of the product. You get to see how pigmented it is and how much product you actually need. When you're doing your makeup, think less is best. The less you use, the more, the better it's going to sit on your skin. You're not going to have that extra product settling in anywhere, and it's buildable coverage. It's not going to dry, so if you need to touch it up, if you need to add extra through the day, you can do that. But yeah, the Cheetah HAC, quick, easy. If you need any help with anything, please reach out. I'm always available. I love helping ladies troubleshoot their makeup, or if you have any issues, just let me know. Thanks, ladies, for watching. Enjoy your makeup, have fun, play with it, and it's blendable. Everything blends out. And if you need any little tips and tricks, let me know, and keep on watching DF Natural Beauty because I'm always posting stuff there as well. Thanks, ladies. Enjoy your day.